Afternoon, Dean.
Afternoon.
8 games to go, 5 weeks. What are your general thoughts now ahead of the big run-in?
Well, I think it's exciting, really. We've had a good little break. I mean, we've had quite a few players away on international duty who've gone and played for the countries and done well. And the lads who stayed here got Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and then our preparation has been all about Blackburn this weekend now. So, looking forward to the run-in. We've given ourselves an opportunity with the performances and the results over the last few games. So we need to make sure that we continue that. The good thing is we've got players who have been injured coming back. Jack's played the last 4 games. Obviously, we've got Henry Lansbury, Axel Twansby coming back. So, it certainly strengthens our hand with our squad at the moment.
You've spoken about false dawns and taking it game by game. How do you ensure that focus remains?
No, it will. I mean, they're a focus group. And myself, Richard, JT and Neil Cutler are very level-headed, and we'll make sure that we keep the lads' feet on the floor and fully concentrated on each game as it comes.
You've had run-ins before, this time last year, for example, where you're going for those playoff positions. What do you take from those experiences? What would you say you'd learned in those times?
Well, again, keeping your feet on the floor, really, and just taking it game by game. You're not going to work on an awful lot of fitness for players now. There's a lot of tactical work that will be going on, and a lot of maintenance work to make sure that they peak for the games. And with the sports science department that we've got here, we can make sure that we monitor the loads that the players have got and make sure they're ready for the running. And they certainly are. They've been chomping at the bit a little bit in training, and we've had to rein them in a little bit sometimes when they want to stay out a little bit longer. But it's good that you've got players who want to be out on the grass training all the time.
Yeah, given that competition's there, as players coming back, perhaps a little bit of a psychological boost of being sixth at the moment. Does that mean we're as well equipped as we can be for the running?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we know that there's teams below us who've got games in hand, so they win the games in hand, they could overtake us. So we've just got to concentrate on winning the next game and see where that takes us. As I've said many times before, the beauty of winning the games, it's not always been the same team that we've won with in the last 4 games. We have tweaked a little bit, and now we've got a little bit of strength in depth as well, which always helps.
Only one team has scored more goals than us this season. Is that a table you'd like to top come the end? I think the gap's 4 at the moment. It'd
be nice. I've always said that we've got a goal threat in this team, and Tammy's probably not scored for the last 2 or 3 games. It just shows that the depth that we've got that can score goals as well. Jack's come back and he's scored a couple. John McGinn scored. Albert scored a couple now over the last few games, and we've got Andre who's scored and El Ghazi. So we've got goals coming from all areas of the pitch at the moment, so that's important because you don't want to be too reliant on just one person.
How long have the internationals been back, and has everybody come back okay?
Yeah, everybody's back in now. The internationals have gone well. Connor scored the winner for Ireland, and the comeback kid in Glenn Whelan got full 90 minutes in a win against Georgia. So they've done really well. I've watched both Callie's games for Croatia. Saw BB play for Iceland as well. So they've all got the minutes under the belts, and they've all come back. Probably the only exception to that was Tammy, who wasn't quite right when he joined up with the England camp. But we're thankful to the England camp that they've actually looked after him and given him some modified treatment on his groin, on the groin injury that he had, as well as the fatigue injury with his calf because he cramped up in the last game. And he's back training now and fully fit. So we've been fortunate that we've got an understanding international group that wanted to have him there along with because I think he's an important part for their tournament work in the summer. And he got some good rest period with them, and he'll be fighting fit for Saturday.
You mentioned Connor there. Great to see him on the score sheet for his country. It's been quite a few weeks for him.
Unbelievable, to have your first baby, first child, and also to score your first international goal is some going in the same week. So I'm really pleased for him, and he's played well in both the games. I think he got the man of the match in the first game against Gibraltar, and then scored the winner. So really pleased for him. And Glenn, we all thought that it might have been his last game, a farewell game in the last international Ireland have. So it's nice that Mick's called him back up, and he played a full 90 and contributed very well in a good victory.
And focusing specifically now on Saturday, what kind of challenge are Blackburn going to pose?
A tough one. You know, they've got good players within their team, as you would expect at this level. They started the season off really well, and they probably, you know, dropped a few places over the last month. You know, watched them against Sheffield Wednesday last week, and then they'll be disappointed. They scored from a few set pieces, but they've certainly got an attacking threat with, you know, Danny Graham and Bradley Dack, Armstrong. They've got Rothwell as well, so they've got some really good players there. Again, they've alternated with systems over the last 3 or 4 games as well, but we have to again concentrate on ourselves and look to, you know, replicate the performances that we've recently had at home.
And when we caught up 10 days or so ago, you were confident Axel and Henry would be available. Is that still the case?
Yeah, no, they'll both be available for selection. They've both trained really well. The only thing they haven't had so far is match exposure, but they've done all the training that was needed and required of them, and the extras that you know, they probably didn't want to do, but they went and done, and they've put themselves into contention. So really good.
Just lastly, we've cleared up Tammy. Any other notable injury news at all?
No, none other. You know, Neil Taylor came back unscathed from his Welsh trip. Everybody else is fine.
Cheers, Dean. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you.